this out, guys. 21 Convention, 2012, Melbourne, Australia. Yeah. Hey, this next speaker, it's awesome, and probably one of the guys that I'm most excited to see. I know him really well, so it's kind of like an unfair introduction because I'm biased, but literally one of the richest men of stuff that you're going to get from at this convention, and just guys that you're going to meet in life. I'll let him tell his story. It's James Marshall, Natural Lifestyles, awesome guy, good friend, good to have you here, man.
Thanks, Dave.
Kick ass.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Anthony. So, this is my keynote address in my hometown, so I better make it really good. I've been thinking a lot about this talk for many months now, and I decided this time to try and bite off a pretty meaty topic and to do something, fairly ambitious, and hopefully I shall succeed. And if not, I shall fail with grace. A year and a half ago or so, I first spoke at the 21 Convention in London. And this was actually a really rough time in my life. The good thing about being a low-energy seducer who doesn't smile ever is that if I'm in a really bad mood or my life is collapsing, no one can tell. Yeah, I can still stand up there and they're like, that guy's stoic, he's got it all sorted always. And I'm like, inside I'm like, I'm fine. At that time, life was not going that great for me. I'd actually just broken up with the woman of my dreams, my wife, long-term partner. Business was a bit rocky. I'd gone over to London kind of as a gamble because it was quite expensive. It was a big investment to go over there and speak at the convention. And in terms of financial returns immediately, it wasn't that great. So there was a lot of rough stuff going on in my life. And before I got up to give that presentation, I'd been trying to practice that presentation for quite a long time. And every time I sort of stood up in the mirror to go, I just didn't feel it. I was just like, don't really know what I'm going to say. And right up to that last minute, when I got up on the stage in London, I really didn't know what I was going to say. I had some vague plans and ideas. I had no idea. And so I got up, and I just had to trust in the process. I just had to have faith that I've been doing this a long time, and I've been through a lot of ups and downs in terms of the whole gamut of seduction and lifestyle and trying to choose my own destiny and all of the wacky adventures I've been on. And there's been many times when I had to step up and do something I didn't really know what I was going to do. So I just went up and started to talk. And I don't even really remember what I said. And I came off an hour and a half later or whatever and just went back and went, okay, I'd done my speech, did that, whatever. What happened over the last 18 months is that every week I get an email or a Facebook message, or I get contacted by some random guy I've never met around the world who tells me that that speech changed their life. And that speech, for whatever reason, seemed to resonate really heavily with a lot of men around the world. And I'm talking about guys writing to me and saying, I was suicidal, and my wife had left me and taken my kids, and I was living with my elderly mother in a council flat and thinking of killing myself. And then a friend of mine said, check out this video. And now I'm fucking a sports model. And I feel really good. I'm like, wow, really? I should watch this video. So this video seemed to resonate with a lot of guys, and I think the reason for that was that it was in a world in this field of seduction, as I was talking about yesterday. There's a whole lot of emphasis on techniques, on the technicalities. But what I was speaking about in that speech were things that were, to me, quite simple and fundamental, but for many guys out there were groundbreaking. And as a very brief recap, if you haven't seen that speech, I was talking about awareness, presence, intent. Those were the primary themes of that speech. And what I was talking about was projecting your intention, projecting your desires without apology. And that's one of my 2 rules in seduction. The right to freedom rule: make no apology, take full responsibility. So, in terms of what that means is you go out and you want to talk to a girl, make no apology for the fact that you want to talk to her. make no apology for the fact that you might decide to break some social norms, that you want to have sex with her, and take full responsibility for the fact that you're going to have to own that, act upon it, and it may not always happen. That there's another person involved in this, she will have her own agendas, desires, and she'll respond to you, and you need to work with that. And this is paramount in terms of getting what you want and progressing as a man, is being able to own your desire, being able to be okay with the fact that you want things, that you want to engage with a woman, that you don't want to just be her friend. And that seems to be a thing in the Western world and also in many Asian cultures where it's a really big deal to be able to just step up and go, I like you, not as a friend, I want to have sex with you. Or to be able to project that message. And so many of us, myself included, have throughout our dubious dating lives tried to friend our way into bed. Yeah, all of you are like, yeah, I tried to do that. Yeah, put in a lot of months too. Yeah, I was into long haul. 6-month friend seduction technique that ends in awkward kiss attempt, followed by end of friendship. Everyone tried that technique? Cool. So, what I want to do this year is I actually want to do pretty much, well, not the opposite, the complementary to that. Because last year's talk was all about what do you want, owning it and projecting it. Because that's what's going to get you what you want, and also that's fucking sexy. A man who knows what he wants, and that, when you ask girls what do they want out of a man, they will come up with that. A guy who knows what he wants. Yeah? It's an attractive trait. It's necessary. Because a man that either doesn't know what he wants or is always only trying to do what somebody else wants is not respected and not desired. But what I want to look at today is the other side of that. I want to look at what do women want. And I guess that's the title of this speech. What do women want? Brackets, why do we give a fuck? There's a lot of, well, for starters, most men have no idea what women want. And so if you ask them, they might say something like, shoes, money, dresses, romance, flowers, any other ideas, guys? Nice guys. Quilting. TV shows where there's like girls and guys who are friends together. I don't know. What do women want? Most guys don't know. And there's also a lot of men who don't care. And I see this with clients, not so much. I tend to not get guys come to me who, let's say, are misogynistic or who don't have any really interest in women, but they do crop up occasionally because most of the time those guys are going to go to a different method. A method that promises you'll be able to fuck tens tonight without having to leave your bedroom and 100% strike rate and how to manipulate a woman with these 3 tests, questions that psychologists in Area 51 developed or whatever. So those guys are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to learn that thing. I'm going to get revenge. Yeah? It's sick, but it's true, right? And I mean, I can have empathy for those guys because a lot of those guys have just had a really shit run with women to the point where they have a lot of resentment built up. And a lot of nice guys actually really don't like women because they've been so fucking nice for so long and they didn't get what they wanted by being nice and they develop a whole lot of resentment towards women. Yeah? Has anyone, you don't have to raise your hands for this, but I'm sure many of you guys have been in a situation where you have put a lot of effort in with a woman. It's been the wrong type of effort, but you've put a lot of effort in by being nice and accommodating and helpful and listening and all of these things, thinking that you're kind of building up sex credits. And then, you put in months into this, and then you come to like tentatively collect, so, I just wonder if I could have that sex now. And she's horrified or repulsed by her friend trying to hit on her. And then she goes and fucks some bad boy in the alley the next night. And he didn't put in any of those credits. Yeah? That's not fair. And so, you do that enough, you're going to start to feel resentful towards women. because you think that women are evil, because they just choose to have sex with those bad boys and don't like nice guys. The problem has been in your strategies, because you did not know what women wanted. Yeah? If we look at this, brackets, why do we care? Why should we care what women want? For starters, even from the most purely self-interested position, if you want to get together with sexy women, you need to know why they would want to get together with you. I'm not a fantastic marketer. If you're a dating coach, you have to be a marketer. You have to learn how to market yourself. You have a product to sell. You have a service to sell. And I'm definitely not an authority on marketing. And I did things the wrong way, and I think most of the coaches here did things the wrong way in terms of making a successful business. What they did, very silly. First, they learned how to get good with women. Then they learned how to teach guys how to get good with women. And then they started to learn how to sell that, which is completely wrong. Yeah? If you want to make money out of this, for any of you guys out there, if you want to start a dating company tonight, you can. Forget those first two. Learn how to sell the product, and then don't worry about the rest. Yeah, that's the formula for success in this business. So, unfortunately, I did it the wrong way, as I know James did. I'm sure Damon was in the same boat. Learn how to be good with women, learn how to coach, and then started to learn how to sell this shit. Now, the mistake I made first off was that I tried to show how cool and great my product was. And that was me to start with. I went, look, I'm really good at this. I've been through this transformation. I've been with a lot of attractive women, and I know all this stuff. Yeah? And then I expected that guys would go, all right, cool, well, I want that. It doesn't really work like that.